Year's resolutions, making them is one thing, keeping them is another story. So how do you make those resolutions stick? Let's ask the experts. I'm Ruth Cabal. Our guests for this episode, John Herrera, a wealth specialist and consultant, professional counselor James Franco. We also have Aurora Suarez, a life coach. Welcome to On the Record. Welcome, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Okay, so let's start this episode by saying yung ating mga personal New Year's resolution. Ako muna, sabi ko, ang gusto kong New Year's resolution is medyo burara kasi ako eh. So I want to be more orderly siguro sa bahay. But parang for more of yung well-being, I want to be less conscious because I tend to overthink. Pwede bang resolution yan? Kayo muna mag-share muna kaya, Aurora.
Yeah, mine, this is funny, but I actually stopped making New Year's resolutions. Instead, I've chosen an intention for the year, and my intention is actually meaningful expansion. So I want to, so that's the word that I chose for the year, and all the actions that I want to take should be aligned with those two words of meaningful expansion.
Okay, James, ikaw.
Yeah. Mine naman, because I've been spending a lot of my time with other people, with my patients, with my clients, with students. So for this year, I really wanted to have time for myself. So it's really about meditation, really having the time to really just enjoy 5 minutes of my me time.
Sabi niya yung self-love, ganyan ba yan?
Absolutely, absolutely.
And John?
For me, it's all about efficiency. I mean, we live in a crazy city, so I just became a father last year. So spending time at home and being around my son, and also being in a system where I can do more business and create more wealth by just being mobile.
Yeah.
Being mobile and just, at home.
Okay, pero I want to go back dun sa sinabi ni Aurora na resolution versus intention. What does it mean ba? I don't know, kasi sino pwede sumagot sa inyo. When you say it's a resolution, what does it mean?
Well, before I used to set a lot of resolutions, such as I need to exercise 3 times a week, I want to start a side hustle, I need to start writing my novel, and every year it would fail because I guess, I don't know, it wasn't really meaningful for me, or it was something that everyone would just do. So those are what I would look at as resolutions. But when I actually started shifting it to an intention or a word for the year, that's when I actually saw, like, I would focus more on the processes to reach that word rather than yung lose weight or exercise 3 times a week. Or so it would really be, I would need to, so let's say if my word was meaningful expansion, that would mean saying yes to opportunities to get me out of my home office, such as this.
Not necessarily parang you have to give up something in exchange for another thing. Not necessarily like that.
It could be, depending again on your intention or your word. So for example, I want to give up, let's say, eating rice. That could be something that if your, let's say, word for the year is health or wellness. Yeah.
So ano ba ang dapat when you pick a New Year's resolution? James, ikaw, should it be madali lang ba, or do you start small, or do you start with something drastic para talagang magawa mo?
Well, for a lot of people, when New Year comes they think that after the whole year, and the new year, they would change into a totally different person. Drastic change. Well, it's not about that. Because as you know, New Year's resolution is about taking the steps and having the mindset that the status quo in your life needs to change. And reflecting of your previous year, na baka mamaya there's something in your lifestyle that needs to be changed. So lifestyle meaning it has to be part of your life. So it can start with something small, which is for other people, they would say, would this have impact in my life? This small things. If you really think about it, like having learning to bake, learning to weave, or reading a book can actually help you have a better psychological well-being. So sometimes it starts with that, and it builds up to something greater. And if you really look at it, it's really about allowing yourself to experience different things so that you can break the status quo from last year.
So in terms of yung sa financial, I'm sure maraming New Year's resolution, I want to save so I can travel, I want to get rich. How do you start with that?
It doesn't, first of all, it doesn't happen after January. It happens already before that. So for anyone who wants to reach a financial goal, it really has to be specific. I ask people a lot, what is your financial goal? They don't know how much money they want. They don't
Pwedeng sabihin ko, gusto ko umar ng 1 million for this year, ganon? Pwede bang ganon?
They have to
okay.
because the human mind and the human brain works only if you program it. So that's why we do affirmations, we write down goals, and that's the only way to create repetition. So if you do this, not only after January, but a daily integrated habit, you can build wealth and create a money mindset.
For example, how do you do it? I want to save like just 10 pesos a day, 100 pesos. How do you start with it?
So first, if you want to earn money, you got to audit. Like, look at what are your leaks. So sometimes the first way to earn money is eliminating what you're spending on already. Like anything that you have subscriptions, you have any auto debit, selling anything old in your old 2018 stuff. You buy and sell. So it's all about resolution is solving something. So you're clearing the past, moving on forward. So everything is about resolution. So the structure really matters. So have really an accountability partner first to coach you around that.
Okay, yun na yung mamaya pag-usapan natin
Sure,
yung things or people that can help, support na maging totoo yung New Year's resolution. But does there have to be a time frame na talagang dapat within 2019 go, or that's putting a lot of pressure on yourself?
Yeah, I think, well, as I was talking earlier and I said, actually, the January thing is actually a human construct that was set by a Roman emperor centuries ago. So actually, you can really start anytime. I used to start Chinese New Year. I said, I love being Asian
February.
because there's another new year to start with. But I also, if you look at the patterns in your life, you can also see that there are peaks and valleys. There are seasons to your year. And you can actually take advantage of when you're at your peak and when you need to step back or rest or hibernate for a while. And so just looking at that, a birthday, a random Monday.
So you have to set really a time frame.
You can, well, you need to start somewhere. So it can be January 1, that's how everyone starts. But again, it can really be, you can start on January 21, you can start on May 5, and use that as a starting point.
Yung being realistic in terms of setting your resolutions.
Yeah. Actually, that's very important because when we set up so much parang expectations, at the end of the day, you get pressured and get stressed from the goal that you set up for yourself. So really, being realistic and relevant to yourself, it's really very important. So when you say you want to lose weight or you want to say live a healthy life, there's a lot of things that goes around it. So it could be like, say, stop smoking, eating healthy, doing exercise, five times, say, in a week, and stuff like that. So for you, which one is more, it's doable? So think about that kind of aspect of the resolution. And again, what Aurora said, I love the word intent because it's very important that you start with the year with that intention in mind. What person you'd want to be at the end of this year.
Okay, mamaya we will talk about tips from our experts in terms of talagang setting your goal, your resolution, and how to stick to your resolutions. Also, we'll find out bakit nga ba yung iba, they always fail at keeping their resolutions. We'll ask the experts. We'll be back. This is On the Record. Stay with us.
Kalimutan na po yung mali. Kailangan doon tayo sa tama lang. Gumawa na mabuti, parang kapalit mabuti rin.
I-balance yung oras sa trabaho at saka sa pamilya para hindi may naiiwan.
Mabawasan na yung mga bisyo katulad ng pag-inom. Dahil sa kahirapan ngayon, kailangan bawasan yung bisyo.
Magpayaman! Ayun, good health din, ganon. Siguro stay fit.
Iwas na sa pagpuyat, syempre, matulog ang maaga. Huwag na magbisyo.
Kumain, magpataba. Kumain ng marami. Okay, New Year's resolution ko is that from now on, kung dati mahihain ako ngayon, I will try to make friends with everyone.
I will be more careful of the things that I will choose in life. Kasi especially in love life, napakasakit talaga. So man, hindi na ako pwede this time. Thank you.
Okay, so we're talking about keeping our New Year's resolutions. Nakita natin yung New Year's resolutions ng iba-ibang tao. And it's funny kasi I was asking also our social media team, we had a call out sa Twitter and Facebook asking people about their New Year's resolutions. At sabi sa akin ng team namin, ang pinaka-common daw ay ayokong gumawa ng New Year's resolution because I can't keep it. Like what you said, Aurora, di ba? So, ano ba talaga? Bakit ganon?
Yeah, I think it's really, it puts a lot of pressure on you to really say, I'm gonna lose weight, or I'm gonna earn 1 million pesos, or I'm gonna have work-life balance. That really puts a lot of pressure on you. So I think that's why a lot of people don't want the additional pressure anymore.
And then probably for others, just say, I'll just do it anyways, not start with the resolution. But think about it, like what Aurora said earlier, the intention is really very important at the start of the year because it allows your mind to really be set up on a particular goal. And a lot of people actually, when they look at their goals, you know, it kind of be vague. When you start with something, at least you're starting with something. And the idea of changing what you had last year, it's a good start. It's a step.
Even with just the small things, ano? Sabi mo, hindi naman kailangan ibang tao ka agad pagpasok ng bagong
Precisely,
taon.
and it starts with, even, you know, when you daydream on it, you look at, you know, what body would you like, how much money would you want to earn, and what will you do with that money. Creates that sense of excitement in your heart, and it starts with that. And hopefully, as you go to really identifying which one would you want to go for the year, it starts with an intention in your heart, and then mechanism will just follow for you.
Speaking of financial goals, kanina nakita mo, John, na isa dun sa New Year's resolution niya, gusto niyang yumaman.
She's a fashionista too.
Yeah.
So I think for anyone who
Give us
wants...
tips.
No, just because it's really hard, especially today. We live in a attention span, world with the phones there. And the thing is, any trigger, love trigger, will make you want to buy. So what's the best way to save money? Is I on my Chrome browser, I have no ads. I kill all ads. I kill anything ads. So for me, for people who want to save money is don't go to the mall. Don't spend. Stay away from parties and alcohol. You'll save so much money.
Your number one, sabi mo, yung number one on your list is to eliminate.
Yeah, so eliminate. So basically, eliminate. Go where you go to the places where you spend the most, and like you kind of like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. So malls, malls you spend wealth.
Oh
trigger.
no, Filipinos love the malls.
Yes. So you have to choose. I think the number one reason why people fail is commitment. Filipinos love to commit but break their promise, and it's kind of like the mindset here. So let's look at what to really eliminate. Look at your structure, see what things that you can stay away from, like how much you spend on Uber, how much
On
you
coffee,
spend on everything.
yeah,
So
coffee, everything.
once you look at the numbers, like, oh my God, I shouldn't go to the mall. So if you eliminate that, even the friends that spend money with,
Even the
eliminate.
friends.
So the
Okay,
concept
so
is
this is not just
subtract
about-
to get more wealthier. So what do you need to subtract from your life?
Get new cash.
Yeah, get new
flowing in.
friends.
And then you were saying about taking assets and selling.
So what I know people who do, like, teenagers, especially, they don't have a job, they're not going to college. You go around the house, you find all this stuff you can sell for cheap, and you can sell it on Facebook and OLX. And these are the things that you can use that cash for your first investment. So in saying that you don't have money is the worst excuse, because if you're committed and if you're resourceful, you can do anything. And
Kasi di ba may mga tao na, ay, ayoko yun kasi wala akong pera eh.
Yeah.
Di ba? Sometimes we do that, no? So change that mindset.
Actually, you have to change the vocabulary you say to yourself. So that girl said, I'll try. So before you want to empower a goal, you want to change your vocabulary. And once you're clear, you start to develop your mind to those goals.
How about saving up?
Saving up. So why do people save is usually when they stop working, they need to retire. Filipinos don't realize how much they need when they retire. Some lolas live up to 150 years old and they run out of money. So you have to ask yourself, how much money do I need when I want to retire? And I think a lot of people don't have that, and that's the number one problem in the Philippines.
For your monthly salary, is there like a percentage that you should keep for your savings, or how do you go about that?
It varies from 10% to 30% on the age. So the older you are, the more you want to invest. The younger you are, you can start small. So you allocate each month. I always say, put something a little aside. So it's basically like going to the gym. It hurts, but you got to do it. So you can automate that, and you can make that a process itself.
And for those who want to set up a business, siguro, anong advice mo for them?
So this is a huge topic last year. Businesses, before you set up a business, that you've never done before, invest in learning how to run a business. Because there are two types of people. There's an investor in a business, and there's an operator.
Yeah.
A lot of people want to invest in a business, but they don't know how to run a business. And that's why there's a high failure in businesses. So if you want to do some business, work for a business first that you like, get the free training, and start your own. And I say that before even going to school or college, because that's the best way to learn.
About learning new skills, what
Yeah.
should you do?
What's hot now in like really with especially in the online digital world, people are looking for high income skills. So it's not about a degree, it's not about titles. If you can have a high income skill, you can do that on the internet. You can do that online. You can be a coach, consultant, all from working from home online, and still earn really, really good money. So anything that could solve a big problem, a pain, you can really earn really well.
Okay, let's now go to Aurora. As a life coach, ano naman ang tips na pwede mong ibigay on how to stick to your resolutions?
Well, first, I think it's
Or intentions pala. Resolutions or intentions?
Resolutions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we crossed out resolutions. So I think number one is really, find one. Find your intention. I usually do a look back at the year that was and see what lessons I've learned, the gifts, what I'm grateful for, and what I want to bring in or let go from the past year. And that usually helps me set my intention for next year. And after that, I connect with why. I think that's the most important, is really why do I want this? So it's not just about, so let's say I want to earn, I want to earn a lot of money, or I am earning a lot of money. So speaking very positively, yes. So I am earning a lot of money. I have to connect, why do I want that? Is it, again, to save for retirement? Is it to save for my daughter's education, to
or
travel?
if you want to get married and have a family.
Right, or buy my own home. So these are all valid whys. And again, it's very personal to you. It's not because you saw it on social media that everyone's traveling, so I want to travel too. It really has to be very personal and very realistic to you. So, and then the third reason is really come out with goals or action points so that you can, make that intention happen. And I always like doing a habit tracker. So it's I usually have like I do it manually. So in my planner, I have 30 days. Then I block off. So how many days did I exercise? How many days did I meditate? How many clients did I get? So all these things that are of value to me and are aligned with my intention. And lastly, I reward myself.
Wow, may
Very
reward pala.
important.
Okay.
Yeah. You have to have fun. So this has to be a joyful exercise. And I think the reason why a lot of resolutions fail is really, it's not joyful. You're doing it because it's something that everyone expects you to do. Yeah, it's but for example, if someone wants to lose weight, what's the most fun way of losing weight? What's the thing that'll make you want to go to the gym? Is it because you're hanging out with your friend and you're doing Zumba together? Or is it you're
And after
walking?
that, you eat ice cream.
Or no, you can't go to the mall because you're going to spend.
Okay.
You have a new resolution. No more working.
Okay,
so those are my
before we
tips.
go to James, we'll just take a quick break. And aside from that, we're also going to talk about possible aids or people who can help support you to keep your New Year's resolutions. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We're talking about how to keep your New Year's resolutions. Tips naman from James, who is a professional counselor.
Yeah, actually, setting yourself up for a goal is not just a mental process. It's a psychological, emotional process. And you have to also, along the way, get some reward for yourself. There has been studies about the long-term reward and then the immediate reward. It has been found that when you delay the reward at the end, which is probably get that health that you wanted, it will not allow that person to stick to that resolution. So what you do is you have immediate rewards for yourself. So in the organization I'm with, what we do is we have milestones. Like for example, every month, what is your checkpoint? Where are you at right now? And it's about celebrating that checkpoint for you. So if it's about losing weight,
ilang pounds ka na
ilang
ba?
pounds na ang na-lose mo by this month. And if it's about like travel goals, how much money would you want to earn? Would you want to save up so that you can get that travel goal at the end? So it's allowing yourself to have the sense of joy and pride for having that kind of gratification for yourself.
So parang may regular monitoring din dapat.
Yes, absolutely.
Tapos hindi naman kailangan 10 pounds agad, pwede namang 5 pounds muna every month
Yeah.
or something like that. Okay, so to be more specific about that, can you just like give us your important reminders on how to keep your New Year's resolutions? Kasi binabasa ko kanina, there's a UK study, sabi less than 10% lang daw keep their resolutions by the end of the year. So final words, your final advice, Aurora.
Well, I always ask the question, imagine you're 80, what would you most regret not doing? So if you have an answer to that and you want to really realize, oh, I always wanted to do that before I hit that age, then I think that's a good way to start. And just start today. You don't have to wait till tomorrow, or you don't have to wait until January 1, 2020 to start if you missed
This
yesterday.
year. If you missed it this year.
Yes,
Okay,
that's right.
so John.
I think you have to play a game and make it fun. So if you're doing really big goals, you have to incentivize yourself. Okay, if I want to lose weight, okay, if I don't lose weight in 10 pounds this month, I have to pay 50,000 pesos to someone. So you have to make it painful and incentivize yourself to win and to lose. So I think if you put that and work with an accountability partner, you're more aware that I won't mess up on my goals, or I'm more aware that I have something to lose, because you're more motivated by fear than pleasure. So always incentivize an upside and a downside.
Yung sinasabi mong accountability partner, parang kailangan may isang tao rin na nagbabantayan kayo.
Yeah, to kick
okay.
your butt, say, hey, your house is messy. You said if your house is messy, you owe me 5,000 pesos. So you'll remember habit-wise, and the memory, the emotion, the body remembers. So if you can train your body to remember, oh, I'm not supposed to eat that rice. I'm not supposed to order that extra chicken. You're going to remember, because there's a pain affiliated. So create I won't say painful, but a small tincture.
Briefly lang, yung sinabi mo kaninang aid is yung keep a journal or something like that. Yeah.
Journals are always good to really help you look back, and again, also to be mindful and just to be present with your intention, because sometimes nalilimutan talaga.
So parang nire-remind mo lang yung sarili mo araw-araw. And James?
Actually, for the last words for resolutions, it's really about claiming it and have the sense of worthiness for what you want for yourself. So sometimes, deserve ko ba to? Kaya ko ba to? But it starts with the mindset and the heart that you truly deserve that life that you wanted for yourself. And starts probably with dreaming and with really setting that resolution for yourself.
Yung parang sinasabi kanina ni John na dapat hindi I'll try na yumaman Parang dapat declare mo na agad.
Yes,
Claim it.
absolutely.
You have to own it. You have to really own it this year. It's about dreamers.
Okay, so good luck sa ating lahat
Yes,
with our New
congratulations.
Year's resolutions and intentions.
Yes.
Thank you very much to wealth specialist and consultant John Herrera, professional counselor James Franco, and life coach Aurora Suarez. And that's on the record this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Ruth Cabal.